less intelligent. Hey, Tanner's coming along there. Yeah, you see, we're also into Jesus, man. You know, this is Jesus explained. I mean, that's why, hey, man, I'm born again Christian. I was born again 1973. I saw the kingdom of God. Jesus brought me in there. I know what it's like. I know what his father. He showed me all these things. I'm telling you, I'm honestly, I'm not exaggerating. He showed me what he sees. I felt the compassion he feels for the world. All these things he made known to me in 1973. But I'm here now too because this is the more this is where he wants to lead everybody to Shiksha. Just like he wanted people to listen to him, right? And a lot of people said, no, no, we just want Moses. So everybody, don't do that with Jesus now. Jesus also wants people to go deeper if you have the ability on understanding the kingdom of God more. Why not? I mean, God, it's so great to understand these great mysteries. And it's only these great Vaishnavas who came with Lord Chaitanya that have the ability and the power, the empowerment to help us understand these things. Okay? So yeah, so let's not do what like say you were born there 2,000 years ago, and your teachers were the Pharisees, and the Pharisees said, "Oh, we don't need Jesus. All we need is Moses." Right? He's the only one that's supposed to be here, not Jesus. Let's just listen to Moses still. An eye for an eye. See, Jesus ain't saying what Moses is saying. See, it's the same thing for the Prabhupada disciples, for Jesus people. It's the same thing. The question is, I'll ask the tough question. Can you see that God is working here? Okay? Can you see the same power that was working through Prabhupada and through Jesus and through their real followers all the way up to the day? And also here, can you see the uniqueness of our work here? Can you see that it is a different message than what Jesus gave and Prabhupada gave? It's got to be. It's the same and different. It's built on the foundation of those scriptures, and it goes deeper. It explains those scriptures in the Bible and in the Vedas and goes deeper. And this Jesus said this. He said the mark of a prophet, an empowered person in this time, place, and circumstance, see, is they explain what has been said before and they bring forth new things. See, that's an acharya. That's a prophet, whatever word you want to use. That's a person empowered by God. That's a Shaktivesh avatar. See, empowered. Bring forth new things, explain what has been said before, and that's how you know who they are. And that's how Guru is one, because the same God is behind every one of those kinds of persons. And of course, they're rare. But if you get that association, you become like that too. Okay? By the power of association. Okay? That's why most people don't have this power. You know why? Because there's so few here like that. You're associating with, at best, somebody like Tony Robbins, and you become a good businessman. Okay, whoopee doo. That's nothing really, anything significant to a devotee who has where all that opulence comes from. They got the golden goose, and that all, you're not goosed by all these opulences. That's what you're doing. You're getting goosed by them. Okay? You become attached to the opulence instead of where the opulence comes from. See, you become less intelligent just by that. See? You become attached to all these products coming from God. Can you imagine? This is the problem in the world. All these products are coming. They're all material. Oh, I want this product. I don't want this. See, it's called less intelligence. Oh, I want this new product. I want this new car. And that's how Maya's jerking you around. They know this. Even the servants of the Maya know this. And they're always building new products, getting you attached to material external things. Business, money, wealth. Maya is always generating material products, getting you so attached to them. Okay? But the Lord is a spiritual product. All you need is him. You don't need anything else. He's that food we're looking for. He's that treasure we're looking for. See? And when you have that experience, when you're attached to that transcendental treasure, see, then you'll see. Then you see everything is in that. By being in that transcendental Lord, now he's in you, and naturally you become detached from material products. It's just material. You become attached to even detached from religion. It's like, hey, it's all external. What is that to me, man? I got where religion comes from. See? The Lord, the transcendental Lord, religion comes from him for children, for the babies. See? I got that Lord where it all comes from, even religion. See? And there's faults in religion. Faults are usually the teachers haven't realized God, not very deeply. That's the problem. Therefore, they can't teach you right. See, they're not like Bhagavad Gita 10:10, again, personified. See? To those who worship God, Krishna, Christ, whatever transcendental word you want to stick in there for the Lord, Ram, with loving ecstasy, I give them the real understanding. See, that's the acharya, that's the empowered devotee. Real knowledge is through them. See, the essence comes through them. And you hear that? What do you think? You don't think you're going to get some great gift, some great benefit that no one else gets? Yeah. So, that's a great verse. Collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. Can you imagine? This is realization, man. The mines. What is it? Treasure. Everybody thinking mines, gold. Let's go get the shiny, heavy metal. You know how hard it is to carry that around? Heavy. You go around, and then the thieves want to steal it. What did Jesus said? Hey, man, get the kingdom of God, because thieves they can't break in and steal it, but they can steal your gold, and they're always trying to protect it. No, this is the treasure that Jesus loved. Why? Because he was attached to the transcendental Lord. This is the treasure Krishna Das Kaviraj loved. The minds. He wrote this whole huge book. He was in his 90s. He was like barely alive, and he's still writing this book. The Lord's, because he was in the treasure. And this treasure is left for us. Can you imagine? Look at Govinda Lilamrita. He wrote that also. She reads this every day. I think it's her life and soul. You tell Balaram, get that friggin' generator, man. I'll buy it I'm going to buy it for you. Yes.
No, I will call you, Guru Maharaj. No. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're going to get you one. We're on one. What is it? Why do you have to? You telling me this is depriving of the people to hear these classes, depriving you of your life, preaching. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, this is not right. It's a small price. It's just cheap. $400, $500, man. You get this nice generator. I had one for my motorhome. I loved it. I always had electricity. It was fantastic, and you use it when it goes out. This stuff is valuable. This is treasure, isn't it? See, this is where the real treasure is. He's thinking the treasure is, the money. Nah, this is the treasure. This is going to benefit him. Yeah, but of course, he's a Vaidhi. He doesn't understand these things. My God, that's proof that is a weaker path. You get weak understanding, and you can't go very deep and know what's really real. Isn't it nice to go in these minds of revealed scripture? Look at it, a half an hour maybe we spent on this verse. It's fantastic, man.
It's a much weaker path. When I read in Krishna book or the a nectar of devotion or something. I immediately start to explain, and Balaram doesn't like that because he says you are adding things, but
He's so
and
that's
then don't shout, stay calm, Lalita, stay calm. But I'm saying, I'm
yeah.
killing.
Well, tell him to go build something, man. Hey, go over there, build something, man. Yeah, the Srimad Bhagavatam is greatly pleasing in the society of real devotees. See, real. It's not real yet. That's not real. It's all external facade. That's what external bhakti. That's why they can't appreciate. Better to be alone and preach with the camera. Really, I mean,
They
because
want
it's
to
just,
read
oh no,
without understanding. They
yeah,
want to.
yeah. Tell them to go read on your own. Go read on your own, man. Go read. You go read on your own. I'm going to do my classes. That's what when you find obstacles like that, people not it's not going in. Yeah, just go take some prasadam. Go eat something, man. Go in the kitchen. Get them out of there, man. Go build. Yeah, this is gotta there's a wall over there you got to break. Just get me my generator, man. All you need is that generator, a little gas, and a cord. And then you're all set, man. You just plug into that cord, man. That's it. Generator comes from Amazon, and you put some gas in, fire it up, man. Fired one thing, and boom, you're rolling down. The thing will charge up everything, man. Just get a long cord, keep it so you don't hear the noise. It's actually not even noisy. It's quiet. It's a quiet generator, that one like that. Yeah. So anyway, that'll get you up and going. I have the feeling it's going to happen. Krishna is showing me that it's probably going to happen. Isn't it exciting? Have a new thing that's going to really work. Okay. All right. Back to the verse. Okay. From the minds of the revealed scriptures. See? So that's the treasure of the devotee. They can go into the minds of the revealed scriptures, and what happens? More scriptures come from their speaking about them. See, because the valuable jewels, they don't stop. These books, look how many books the Goswamis wrote. Prabhupada was asked, what are you going to write after the Bhagavatam? Because you're almost finished with the Bhagavatam. What are you going to write after? Oh, we'll just do more Bhagavatam. No, the purports are endless. See, these are all revealed scriptures, revealing more, revealing more. Isn't that what's happening here? These are revealed scriptures, man. They're revealing more. Where's it coming from? It's coming from this mind of Krishna. See? The revealed scriptures are mines, and we go into the mine and do some more mining, get some more gold. See, this is the treasure of devotees. People think, why should I come here to go Ahari, man? Well, because this is the real treasure, man. This is lasting. This gives you immortality. And when this body is finished, I'll go anywhere I want to go. Anywhere. Like Narada Muni. I could just read his pastime here, and I got more than he already had back then. Just read any of you. You guys are getting more than that too. And look where he can go. Look what he can do. See? You have that assurance. You can look at his last life and you see God has given you even more than that. God has given me even more than that. Because Lord Chaitanya came. He didn't come when Narada Muni was around. That's why this avatar is the most fantastic. He's given the most to the lowest. Realizations nobody could even dream about, because that's the way it is. Revelation of that avatar. Once every 4,320,000,000 years. We're in that Kali Yuga. See? That special one. 28 times you have to go in this cycle. So long. And then Lord Chaitanya Krishna comes and Radha. See? And we're in that cycle. Hallelujah. May there be 1,000 new world orders come and give us miseries. Who the heck cares? Lord Chaitanya came. Lord Krishna and Radha came, and they've given themselves to us. Haven't they? Haven't they? Is it just a name only they've given? Or did they give us this relationship, this transcendental relationship, this feeling for them? Okay? And you know it's pure because there's no love like this, is there? There's no love that purifies everything. I've loved in the world, man. I've loved women. I know what that love is like. It's not like this. Not like the pure love of Radha and Krishna love. This is special, man. Yeah. Yeah, blind followers following blind leaders. It's just always been like that. It's no difference. That's why you want your eyes open. You got to come to the real empowered devotees, the Shaktavesh avatars. Okay? Anybody that gets the Lord's grace like this becomes a Shaktavesh avatar. Empowered incarnation. You're empowered, right? Empowered by what? The special mercy of God, the grace of God. And that's how the Lord's grace is continually given to people in the world. Otherwise, everybody's in darkness, man. Without this grace, you're in darkness. It's dark. You're just looking into the darkness and you don't even know it. You think the darkness is the light, just like the Bible says. Be careful you don't accept the darkness as the light, and most people have. 99.9% of the people have accepted darkness as light. Okay? The light is the illumination of the revealed scriptures. What other light is there? What other wealth is there but the illumination of the revealed scriptures? Okay? If you don't see that illumination, you're in darkness, man. Okay? That's why you're not a real guru unless you can illuminate the scriptures, man. Because the Lord illuminates them to you, and you act as guru to illuminate them for others. That's why this job is, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Okay? But when you're engaged in this work, then you become one of those few workers, and then there's more, and then more, and then more. Let's see.
This person
Buddhism,
is
try
really.
it. Oh yeah, Buddhism, try it. You will change your view. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, you see, the problem with Buddhism. I lived in Dharamsala for a long time, for many years. I've been around Buddhists. I know their philosophy. I know how difficult it is, just like everything else, very difficult. You break your vow, man. You just got to start all over again. It's tough. Change my view. No, I don't. I know Buddhists. I've seen it. I've talked to them, discussed with them, and it's still in the head, and it's not in the heart. Not really. It's like the Dalai Lama. Okay, he's a good guy, but it's not good enough. See, that's why you can't see. Your eyes haven't been opened. You're just seeing from a because Buddhism is very logical and very they're good, usually trying to be good people, or maybe some of them are a bit repressed and they go out and they act it out sometimes. A lot of women used to complain to me, well, this Buddhist, he just was going around like this, and then all of a sudden his hands parted right onto here. They go, they're telling you, man. I was in Dharamsala. They said, what is this? I thought he was a nice, pure-hearted Buddhist. And then he went and grabbed my breasts. Yeah, well, what do you expect? They're repressed. Acting out.
This person says, you are blind and we are blind followers. We all need help, he says.
Oh, yeah.
Live your real life.
Well, yeah, he's not awakened. I'm sorry, man. You're blind. You're in darkness, but you don't know it. So that's just how it is. I've been around long enough not to believe in people in illusion. You're an illusion, man. And let me tell you this: do the 30-day challenge, and maybe the Lord will show you what's going on here. But this is not. See, you got to become an insider, and the only way is by association, by honest evaluation. Just like you became a Buddhist, you had to listen to Buddhists, or you read about it or stuff. But this is even better. You come here and listen and see if this is not a deeper philosophy than the Buddha preached, because it is. And you won't know it because you already think you know more here, right? You know, of course, you know more than us. We're just fools, admitted fools. But the grace living in the devotees, many of the devotees here, I can't say all of them, but many of them, is surpasses all paths, and surpasses this Buddhist path. Yeah. Even the Dalai Lama was getting up and telling people to get the injection. So to me, that's Krishna revealing a lot. Yeah, that's another thing. And you know how long, Freddie, it takes to merge into that void? 100 lifetimes, so you can get void, according to the Buddhists. That's called their enlightenment, is to go into the void, and it takes 100 lifetimes. See? And this is the thing. Narayan Raj will say, oh, prema, many lifetimes before you're going to get prema. Again, they always preach the long path. You know why? Because they can't preach the real path. Can't preach the real path. Nobody knows it. Even this one guy, he's coming. It's very nice, and and he's makes these tapes about Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, and it sounds nice. Yeah, it's nice and everything, but even he doesn't know. He doesn't know. I even told him. I said, "Listen, man, come for 30 days." I asked him, do you have that prema that you're talking about Nityananda has? And if you follow this path, and then you'll get prema and all that. And I said, did you get it yet? No, of course not. Well, I said, well, come here. You'll get it. You'll get prema. You'll feel prema bhakti and its symptoms if you really want it. If you really desire it, like River did. She wanted prema, right? And she always was complaining, I want more Krishna. Well, Krishna gave her more. Lalita also. They're greedy gopis. Johan, greedy. They want more. Janaki's also greedy. He said, I want more. I want you will see. You get more. Because you want the right thing. That's the whole point here. We direct you to the real thing, the eternal thing. And then if your consciousness, your intelligence is awakened by association, you realize, yeah, man, why I've been desiring all these trinkets instead of the real thing, the real treasure. Okay? Like you're telling me, oh, come into the Buddhists and you'll see the real thing. Real thing. What do you think I've been preaching here? This is the real thing. This is the thing. When you think the Buddha came here and taught something, that was 2,000 years ago. Lord Chaitanya is the incarnation of the Buddha. And the latest one, he only came here 550 years. He came to set us straight. And I'm here to set you straight if you're willing. Come here for 30 days and we'll set you straight. You can't do that? Well, you don't desire the truth strong enough yet. See? If you desired it really strongly, you would be open to seeing, to test your truth. You test your truth here. I'll prove it to you. The Buddhist teaching is weak compared to this teaching. This teaching gives you transcendental feelings, rapturous feelings that the saints get. Love for God. You start to feel the tangibility of God, not just in your head like in the Buddhists. It's just a head thing, mind, mental. Not the real deep feeling. Yeah. So I can tell where people are at just by how they express themselves, like this guy. Buddhism, a freezing cold philosophy. Yeah. Anyway, that's good. People come. You see, they come, and the only way they can become understanding, they have to come regularly. Otherwise, they'll just go. They just come, and then they go. But they get something, At least you met the devotees. Yeah. Okay, next verse. All glories to Lord Chaitanya. All glories to Lord Nityananda, and all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Yeah, let's chant a little bit. Take your microphones on, and then we'll chant together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare Hare
This
Krishna.
is better than Buddhism, this kind of chanting that they do. You show me a Buddhist chanting like this. When they chant, no laughter, no.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Here, we create laughing Buddhas.
The laughing Buddha of Goa.
You're just worshiping these fat laughing Buddhas. Here, we create them. See, there's two laughing Buddhas right there before you, my friend.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
You're lucky to see this if you're still around. This is the Buddhist.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama.
Ram, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare
I want to enter the laughing competition here.
Hare Rama,
Laughing competition.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
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 Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Nityananda,
Hare Rama, Hare
Nityananda,
Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare
Okay, who
Krishna.
wants to read now?
I'm gonna read.
All right. Okay.
Shall I continue what we are reading now?
Whatever you want to read. You want to continue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Guru Maharaj. You only read one verse.
Oh, there's a lot of room.
A very powerful one. I love it as well. Thank you so much. Oh, glories to you for giving me this holy laughter where Buddhists never heard about, of course. They never heard about joy. They never heard about relationship with God. They never heard about this beautiful exchange, about being extremely happy. But if you have a guru like we have, Bhaktivedanta Paramahamsa, Srila Gaura Haridas, who is connected to the disciplic line, who is connected to Krishna's power, you will receive the spirit that gives you the highest happiness. Keep you worshipping other people. I worship my Lord. Oh, glory to my Guru. Srila Guru Haridas. Oh, glory to the disciplic line. Oh, glories. Oh, glories. To Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, glories to Srimati Radha. Srimati Radharani. And all glories to Krishna. Rain of knowledge. Rain of nectar. I have a very respectful obeisance. By the potency, by the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet, even a fool can collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. Oh, glories. Oh, glories to Lord Chaitanya. Oh, glories to Lord Nityananda. Oh, glories. Oh, glories to Advaita Chandra. And all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. I've given the purport of the third verse. Now, oh devotees, please listen to the meaning of the fourth with, with full attention. May that Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendentally situated in the innermost core of your heart. may be situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before. The most elevated mellow of devotional service. The mellow of conjugal love. Lord Krishna, the son, the son of the king of Raja. He is the Supreme Lord. Eternally he enjoys transcendental pastimes in his eternal abode. Goloka, which includes Vrajadava. Once in the day of Brahma, he descends to this world to manifest his transcendental pastimes. We know that there are 4 ages, namely Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. These four together, they comprise one Divya Yuga. 71 Divya Yugas constitute one Manu Antara. There are 14 Manu Antaras in one day of Brahma. The present Manu, who is the seventh, is called Vaishvata, the son of Vivasvan. 27 Divya Yugas of his age have now passed. At the end of the Vapara Yuga of the 28th Divya Yuga, Lord Krishna, he appears on earth with a full paraphernalia of his eternal Vrajadava servitude, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal love are the four transcendental mellows, the rasas, and by the devotees who cherish these four mellows, Lord Krishna is subdued, absorbed, in such transcendental love. Lord Sri Krishna, he enjoys his Raja with his devoted servants, his friends, his parents, and his and his conjugal lovers. For a long time, I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless. Everywhere in the world, people, they worship me according to scriptural injunctions, but simply by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Vraja Bhumi. Knowing
There
my
you go. There you go.
There you go.
And see, so the Lord is what is the first verse or the first part of the verse you read there?
Everywhere in the world, people worship me according to
No,
scripture.
actually, is it maybe the one before?
Higher than. I think
Yeah.
higher than. Yeah. For a long time, I had not bestowed an alloyed, loving service to me
See,
upon
this is key. This is key. For a long time, I have not bestowed. I want to attain this loving devotional service by my austerity, see, by my rules and by my regulations. And the Lord just counteracts this. Says, for a long time, I have not bestowed this loving service upon the inhabitants of the world. See, inhabitants, even fools, even the Sudras, because it's the Lord's grace. See, for a long time, the Lord has not bestowed upon this. And so he did this as Lord Chaitanya, not as Radha and Krishna, because he only gave it to basically his devotees there were exchanging these mellows. And then, so Lord Chaitanya said, long time I have not bestowed this loving devotional service, this spontaneous love on the inhabitants of the world. See, so he did it as Lord Chaitanya. He did it as Madhavinda Puri. Okay? Because of your ecstatic love for me, I am now going to appear and deliver people. And he always does it that way. And otherwise, it just doesn't happen here. We just will not see. All we'll see are rules and regulations bestowed upon the world, or maybe Mayavadi oneness with God, you know. And but this loving service is like this Buddhist guy. He can't see yet. He can't see because the Buddha didn't teach this. He didn't bestow this upon the planet. See, so that's why this incarnation is so amazing. He's the most merciful, most magnanimous, because he bestowed this loving attachment. Jesus was also bestowed some of this idea, some of it, but Lord Chaitanya developed it. And Lord Chaitanya developed this, the transcendental mellows and the teachings, and how to be steeped in this, and how it's unalloyed, to make it unalloyed without any alloys. You know, not mixed in with, oh, I'm going to get this Holy Spirit and then I'm going to be a big, what do you call, preacher. I'm going to be a big healer like Jesus. See, that's alloy. That's not just pure love for the Lord. See? Because this is very intense, very wonderful, very conjugal. See, very intimate. See? And you can't get it through the rules. See, not by the rules can you get this. He has to do it, and he does it through. See, he does it through his those who represent that spontaneous path. And if they get the order, then you also have to get the order. The Lord may say, you can have it, but not for the inhabitants. Like he did with Prabhupada. You can have this, but not for the inhabitants. Even Bhakti Vinod said the same thing. His Bhakti Siddhanta wanted to preach Govinda Lilamrita. Actually, no, Jayadev's book, which is really intimate. He wanted to write this and translate it and preach it. And Bhakti Vinod said, no, you can write one book for you and not for the inhabitants. Okay? So they didn't get the order. See? That's just the way the Lord works. Even Nityananda and Advaita didn't distribute this widely until they got the order of Lord Chaitanya. And guess what? The good news is I got the same friggin' order.
Yes. It's working, huh?
Yeah. See, bestowed upon inhabitants, and it comes in disciplic line. That's why nobody can preach like this. Narayan Raj couldn't preach like this because he didn't get the order to do this. Yeah, okay, he did it. He did what he did, and he was a very inspired person. Very inspired. He did, and he helped a lot of devotees in many ways. But he didn't get this order. We did.
Not empowered, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for this kind of work. You gotta, this is coming again, so that the Lord will bestow this unalloyed devotion on people, like as a gift. And this is the preaching here. Not by your attaining it by your big sadhanas. You can chant 3 lakhs a day and you won't get this. It doesn't come like this. It doesn't come like that. It comes like this. You come here. That's why the Lord tried to teach this. He said, throw the brahmachari out. I don't want him spoiling my kirtan. He can't attain me like this.
I spoil it, yeah.
Yeah. He has to, persons, he said, surrenders to me. And you surrender to the Lord by surrendering to the preaching of his intimate devotee who comes on behalf of Krishna with the right conception. See, this is the real concept. You see how I'm on this conception? I'm not neglecting it and preaching something else. No, as soon as you see, this is it. This is what the Lord wants. This is how he's doing it. This is why people, they come, like even these guys, they go, oh, I can't believe this. No, it doesn't work. My guru never told me that. Well, what about Lord Chaitanya? He's telling you that right there in the verse. And we got the order to do it. See, so that's why I'm here to point it out. You see, the Lord does want this. That's the reason he came. If you know the reason that the Lord comes, you can go back to Godhead, especially this Godhead, this level of it. Otherwise not, that's why you got to hear the message. It's got to be a real message. See, this is not, there's nothing more real than this. There's nothing more important to the world than this. Even the Lord said himself, right? He said, without this kind of loving attachment, the world is useless. Useless. And you know this. as when you start to feel this awaken and you realize everything is useless if you don't have this. If you have this, okay, things can be used. You know, you realize the usefulness of things according to their, usefulness, but it's useless without loving attachment. Maharaj Pratapurja, a great king, knew this. He was ready to become a beggar because the Lord said, I don't want, this is a pastime. I don't want to see the Lord. He's a king. I don't like to associate with materialistic people, even though the king wasn't. And the king says, oh, okay, I'll be a beggar. He said, without the mercy of the Lord Chaitanya, my kingdom and opulence is useless to me. See, that's a devotee. They're more interested in the mercy of the Lord than anything else. That's called true love, by the way. If you don't have that, you don't have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Okay? Because that's the way love is. Love is, you think people say, well, I'm going to sacrifice my love for my son or my spouse. People do. It's even more so with God. One guy sawed his body in half just to please the Lord. That's a Bhagavatam example. The demigod, Lord Vishnu told this demigod, I think it was Indra, ask for half of this devotee's body. And the guy was a devotee, real of the Lord. And he knew that was the Lord's order. He said, Indra comes and said, well, Lord Vishnu said to ask for half of your body. I have to saw it in half. And he laughed. He says, okay, go for it. It's the Lord's will. Okay? That's why the Christians died for Jesus Christ. Throw us to the lions. I mean, this is how real love is. It goes beyond the material body. You know who you really are. That's why you can preach. That's why I preach unconditional. These crazy followers of Jayapataka or somebody, they could come over and do something, right? So what? You do something to the body. At least I got one day of real preaching, one day of saying truths that nobody could ever express, that wouldn't dare to because they're afraid or they don't have this knowledge. But I got one day to express some more of it. Okay? It has to be. Otherwise, people stay in illusion. Who's going to help them? Now, why do you think Jesus gave his life for the world? Okay? Devotees are like this. It's naturally. It's not a big deal. It's natural for them. Yeah. The truth is everything. See, that's how you surrender to Krishna. You surrender to the truth, man. It's a wonderful privilege to speak the truth, even though people won't accept it. Even because they're attached to illusions. So what, man? At least you stand up for it. You got to stand up for something. Or you'll fall down for these leaders, that are in Maya, on all levels, all the way up into religion. You'll fall down for these Radhanas and Jayapatakas. Hey, they ain't qualified. They ain't Radha. No, I'm preaching the standard of Lord Chaitanya. Either you're a real devotee with this real devotional potency or step aside, man. Stop wasting people's time now. That's enough idolatry. We got thousands of idols around there. They're putting on the altars. That's enough of this, man. You don't even know the 10 Commandments, you Vaishnavas. You're not even on that level of doing the rules and regulations properly. That's the first one. First, do not put any idol before me. See? So guru is not an idol, man. You don't idle away your time when you're with the real guru. You're making substantial progress when you're with the real guru. Why? Because they're actually spiritual. The Lord says but the real guru is me in the empowered form, Shakta Vaishya avatar. See? Empowered incarnation as what the empowerment to preach and wake people up. That's the kind of guru you put on the altar. Otherwise, you're worshiping idols, my friends. And that's why the people idling away their time on the rules and regulations and don't get this verse here. Don't understand it. These gurus don't understand it because they're not these verses themselves. They're not recipients of this mercy. So what is the point? Why are you wasting your time around with gurus like that? This is the real Bhagavatam teaching. Don't waste your time. Bali Maharaj didn't waste his time with a powerful Brahmin guru who could raise dead bodies. Didn't waste his time. He said, no, I'm going to worship Shuddha Bhakti now, the real Shuddha Bhakti guru, Vamana Dev. Okay? The wives of the Brahmins said, I'm not going to waste our times with you, Brahmin spiritual masters of us, when the cowherd boys are right there asking us for some service. See? This is the Bhagavatam you're hearing here. Otherwise, you haven't heard the Bhagavatam. These gurus can't preach it because they're not that kind of guru. They can't take the disciples away from idols. They cannot speak a truth that awakens people up from idol worship. Then that's exactly what most Vaishnavas are doing. Idolatry. Oh yeah, we worship Prabhupada, and then they worship mundane persons at the same time. Yeah, come on, man. Let's get real. Let's go beyond hypocrisy now. Okay? It's very simple. Only worship transcendental beings, and all will be well. And you will feel it. You will feel God's presence. He'll stay around you. But as soon as you mix in worshiping like beings like Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta with these mundane friggin' gurus, you spoiled everything. The knowledge is spoiled. They don't know it. They don't know what real acharyas know. And you're mixing that together. What are you going to get? A mess. You're going to get alloys, just speculations. You want to move on from Prabhupada, you got to move to the next empowered person in the real line. Otherwise, you stay with the persons like Prabhupada until the Lord shows you, because of your sincerity, who's empowered with his real spiritual power of attachment to his lotus feet, the shelter of his lotus feet, like that previous verse we read earlier. Really, I mean, that's really the essence. Go ahead, Lalita. Move on.
Thank you. Without such loving it. You want to say something more? Yeah,
No,
I don't see your face.
I said thank you. Go ahead.
I don't see your face while I'm reading. Then I have all the text.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
So, without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless.
Can you imagine if you understood this verse, right? It's like this is the essence of the whole thing. So that should be your primary focus, is how can I get this attachment to the Lord? That's the desire for Vrindavan. That's why you got to hear it, the verse from devotees and hear, hey, you see, they were pointing it out. Your life without this attachment is useless. And that's why you say you believe in Krishna and you believe in the Prabhupada's books and everything. Well, hey, man, now it's time to wake up. It's time to go for this loving attachment. You got to find these devotees who have this attachment and are not useless. They're actually useful in the service of the Lord now to deliver others this same usefulness. Otherwise, it's useless. Your activities are more or less useless. People think, oh, it's all or nothing. Everybody's going to go back, to God in their own unique ways and all that. And yeah. Eventually, in many lifetimes, like they all preach, or like they don't know what is the goal. No, this is clarity, man. This cuts right to the chase. That's why Lord Chaitanya came, to give the essence of the truth. See, so you can be like a laser beam on it. So you're really clear. You're not misdirected into this path and this long path, this Buddhism and this ism and that ism and this anity and all this. People say, oh, I'm a Christian. You're really, Jesus is not a Christian. You don't understand that. He wasn't a Christian. No real acharya is any anity. They're lovers of God, man. And they preach the essence truth that's applicable to everybody.
Jesus is a Vaishnava.
Yeah, even more than that, Vaishnava is not enough. Vaishnava also external designation still. The closest thing is Sanatan Dharma. The Dharma of the soul is to love God. Yeah, just what the verse says. It's useless without loving the transcendental Lord. You're not alive, man. You're dead still. You're dead in goodness. A good person, the good books you're reading. You read the Bible as a good book, or the Vedas as a good book. Oh, it's just a good book. Let me give you the good teaching how to be a good person. That ain't God yet. I mean, not his transcendental form. See, it's you. The world is useless till you realize this relationship, this eternal, ecstatic, transcendental relationship with God. See? Now you can be of use to the Lord's real work. Otherwise, he winds everything up. He destroys everything. Like now, everything's being destroyed. He's finished with this. Oh, you know what? You want to worship my Maya more? Put your friggin' mask on, take your injection, and get the hell out of this planet. Isn't that basically what he's doing? You believe in my Maya, you believe in the Faucis and the Bill Gates and these politicians to run your friggin' life. Well, get the result of that. Go down to hell with them. That's basically it, the essence. You want to listen to the message of life? Come here, man. We'll tell you the essence. Here you can get this love of God and make your life useful. Otherwise, you're just part of the useless. Or you're going to try and fight the useless because you're still useless yourself. You're in the Maya. You want to be useful? Get this love of God. Otherwise, the world basically is useless, more or less useless. In the modes. Even liberation, that ain't enough. That's not clear. Oh, liberation. Become God. Become one with God. What is this? It's still not real. It's not eternally real, that. You need this loving, ecstatic relationship with God. Now you got some usefulness in your life. One moment of ecstatic communion is better than a whole lifetime of being a good person, building millions of hospitals. This is real. This is life. Otherwise, the Lord said, I don't hospitals, saving bodies, saving whales. They're all going to die anyway. They live and they die. And you get a good merits and you can become in the demigods and go to heaven with the angels and, be worshiped and fly around in airplanes and have as Muslims, they want their 7 virgins and have sex all the time. This is the world. And that's without this loving attachment, you can't see that. You think all of these flowers, flowery things are important. Okay? That's why it's a great privilege to preach these things. It's a great privilege. I don't care that people don't. Well, how dare he say the world is useless? Well, my Lord said it was useless, and it is useless in my experience without him, without this relationship. Why shouldn't I preach it? He preached it. Why shouldn't we? Krishnadas Kaviraj preached it. He was inspired by God. The Lord actually preached that through him. I know it. I feel it anyway. Yeah. So why shouldn't the world know the truth? They're only just hearing all this bullshit from these so-called gurus. Varnashram Dharma is the ultimate goal of life. Yeah, so anyway, this is the essence. If you can stand the truth, come here. If you want illusions, go out and hear so many speakings, so many preachings. I'm here to preach the Chaitanya Lila, man. Prabhupada's order. Chaitanya Lila has his full approval. And that's a wonderful thing to do because now people will get love of God. People will know what the real goal is. This will touch some people's hearts. People will come here and listen to this message because it's solid and it's real. See? And because the Maya is not. And there are sincere people in the world. They are looking for this. Go ahead, Lalita. Read on.
Everywhere in the world, people worship me according to scriptural injunctions, but simply, oh, by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiment of the devotees of Rajabhuma.
See,
No,
Of Rajabhumi. See, and everybody, all you can see in our own experience, everybody, so many people following rules in religions, right? You got the Muslims following rules and religions. You got the Vaishnavas following the rules and religions. You've got the Christians following the rules and the religions. But the love is weak there, and it's not of Rajabhumi. See, that's Lord Chaitanya game to give the love of Rajabhumi. It's different, it's unique, it's powerful, it's intimate with God. It's like back into the Garden of Eden that, Christians are reading about the Garden of Eden and they don't know about it, but the Lord revealed it. You can actually feel what it's like to be in the Garden of Eden now. I do. Lalita does. River's starting to learn. This is the Garden of Eden, close relationship with God. Like you read in the book. Now it's not just a book, it's your living experience. Oh, it makes all the difference in the world. Go ahead, Lolita.
knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe or awe and veneration.
Oh, God is so big. He's so great. Yeah, but they don't know this sweetness, this intimacy. Oh,
Is it all, Guru Maharaj?
awe.
Awe.
Like, wow, God is so
With
big.
awe and veneration.
Mhm.
But devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. By performing such regulative devotional service in awe and veneration, one may go to Vaikuntha and attain the 4 kinds of liberations. Those liberations are achieving opulences equal to those of the Lord,
Yeah,
having a
so you see how this works is the Lord is saying it does not attract me, this awe and veneration and all this. Now, the only way you can really know that is you have to see a devotee attracted to something deeper than that. See, that's why the Vrindavan devotees have to come here. See, Madhavinda Puri had to come here and show that attraction, that the Lord is attracted to these kinds of devotees. See, this attracts the Lord himself, just like, looking in the mirror. He's looking at a devotee, looks in the mirror of this relationship. And only through such devotees like that. That's why they have to be sent here. Otherwise, nobody will know. Never see. All you see are these people at best pious. Oh, yeah, God is great. He's fantastic. And Jesus is sitting on the right hand of that Lord on the throne. He's so great. He's so up. This, see, there's that's everywhere. Okay? But these having God as an intimate buddy, friend, sir, and beloved to the point of conjugal ecstasy, that's because of your closeness, that is unheard of. That is, no, you very rarely, once every 4,320,000,000 years may you see that. See? So this is what the Lord has come here to give us. That's why everybody looks at us. What are you doing? Oh, that's kind of weird. Why are you laughing? Are you having a laughing competition? All kinds of speculations. They don't have any idea. This is because of the closeness of a relationship with God. You have the joy of the Lord to the point of laughter. People, I remember Christians, they a lot of times you have the joy of the Lord. They never had it up to the point of ecstatic laughter. They had some joy, but not to the point of ecstatic laughter. As your intimacy increases with God, you start laughing like a mad woman or man, depending on your body, temple. See? And all kinds of things, of intimacy, choking up, this it's like people looking at a wild love affair, love play on the bed of Vrindavan, man. But it's so pure that you can even show it before the public. But it's pornography if you go and see these people screwing on the bed, right? It's pornography. You get polluted, man. They throw you in jail for that stuff, right? But this is so pure, this conjugal, ecstatic communion with God is faultless. They can't put you in jail for that. They might put you in an insane asylum, but not jail. But Krishna protects his devotees somehow. I know I'm still out, I still have a good time. They haven't got me yet.
You hear it a lot and we are crazy. Johan hears it. I do hear it. We are crazy.
Yeah, but I'm so convinced that they think, well, we can't quite do it because he's so convinced that he's not crazy.
Yeah.
So they tolerate it. Well, okay, he's a little nuts, but
They tolerate it, yeah.
Yeah. I think he can still drive a car. Yeah, I can if I want. Can still manage my affairs.
Even in big ecstasy when I was really, when I woke up those first weeks, I thought I will be able to drive in the car, but Krishna really protects you, helps you, guides you.
Yeah. Until that last accident.
No, Guru Maharaj, I told
That
you.
was the other person's fault. Yeah, I know.
I was sitting at the red light. I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
And a big truck came and took my whole car with him. I didn't do anything. I was
It's
sitting
amazing.
there.
Yeah, Krishna wanted to get rid of the car.
I was happy. Finished.
Less responsibility. I feel the same way. I don't have any vehicle here. I don't need it. Just hop on these like 10, like for 10 cents, 20 cents, you just go anywhere,
That car was too expensive, really too expensive.
Yeah, it's another expense, just here. Actually, here in Mexico, I'm living cheaper than I lived in the motorhome. It's cheaper for me. The gas now is so expensive. Here, I got a nice apartment, and it's cheaper than even in the best place. Playa del Carmen is one of the most opulent places. And it's the rent, I don't know, somehow the cheapest apartment 2 blocks from the beach just appeared. But a guy next door pays 50,000, 30,000 pesos. That's 3 times, 4 times the amount I'm paying. I don't know how the Krishna just arranged it. Hey, go on. A beautiful apartment, pool on top of the roof, balcony looking over the ocean. Unbelievable, clean, nice. And we've been living in a motorhome there. Plus, I like, I always like the Indian thing where there's people out. Janaki has a little tough time here. I don't know. It's just not her thing. But I love it. People are out. It's alive, man. There's life here in that sense. If people are out, they have business. I can't believe it. All the businesses are closing more or less in America. They're just getting rid of them. Business on every house, even there's house and businesses and houses. Life there. People eating and people, and all the restaurants are full here. I mean, I like that. To me, that's some aliveness in America.
A little bit like Goa, the atmosphere. A little bit like Goa.
Yeah, like Goa, very much like Goa.
I like to do so.
Very much. And so there's a life here. There's people are moving. Just a lot of ignorance too, because poor people. They're just they believe the government. And they got their little masks on and they're afraid. But anyway, we here and help them. Janaki, some lady just stopped in her car. She heard the kirtan was overwhelmed. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Little aside.
Yeah. So, the liberations are sarsti, achieving opulences equal to those of the Lord. Sharupya, having a form the same as the Lord. Sampiya, living as a personal associate of the Lord. And Salokya, living on a Vaikuntha planet.
See, a
Devoted.
lot of people, they want to do devotional service to do that. They want to go back to Godhead. They want to have these opulence. They want to be a big healer like Jesus or something. See, these are the mystic opulence you get. But a devotee, he is of the nature of Krishna Vrindavan. See, they just like to be together. They like to play together. And everything happens spontaneously. They don't, if a healing needs to happen, it just happens. If a demon needs to be killed, it's just the Lord, right, does it through the devotee, is naturally. Everything is spontaneous. And they just dealing with each other. It's so great just to commune with God, to be close to the Lord. Really. It's just, that's how it is. And people can't understand that. Well, what do you want to do with God? Or what can you use him for? What kind of powers can you get from? See, they always want, this is alloy. I just want to be with God. Hey man, in that appearance is a dance. See, that's the devotee. In their meeting the Lord is a dance. See? They have no preconceived idea that it's going to be this way or that way. It's going to be according to their meeting. You ever see these things that sparks fly, in love, you fall in love and everything becomes, well, that's how it is really with God. It's spontaneous, everything, spontaneous loving relations. Where it's going to go, they don't know. I don't know. I always like that kind of mood. But even in the world, it's praised, like improv acting, you get on stage, you don't even think about what you're going to do, you just move with it, you can do that with God. You just get together. Isn't that, these classes are all like this. These meetings we have are like this. I have no idea what's going to happen. Just come here, right? Isn't that, you guys are cat picking it up too. You just come together, you start chanting, and then things just manifest. You don't know what you can do. You can start out reading this, and then, this is called the rasa dance. See, people don't. They think of rasa dance as, oh yeah, see, external idea. Oh yeah, rasa dance. Got the gopis and Krishna, they going like this. The Swami, they're all doing the Swami step, like this. See, that's the rasa dance. Everything is a rasa dance with devotees. They just meet the Lord, and there's a rasa, a dance of rasa. Could be in a song they're singing. It could be in a lecture they're giving. It could be in chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. It's a dance of that meeting between the soul and the Supreme Soul. That's spontaneous devotional service. Okay? You can't explain this just from the book. You have to have this experience. Then people start to get it. Or they say, yeah, I can relate to that because I have that. Okay? That's why the real devotees will come here. Okay? Because I can relate to that. I hear it too a lot of times. They say, yeah, I also have like that. I experienced that before. Yeah. Rasa dance. Go ahead there, Lolita.
Devotees never accept Sajuya. However, since
Sayuja.
Since that is oneness with Brahman.
Yeah, it's a liberation thing. Just let's be one with God and be God. Let us be avatar. See, the avatars. This is a oneness thing. They don't like the word Shaktivation. Oh, empowered? Then I'm not the power. No, it's the greatest thing to be empowered, because that's, first of all, our nature. And it's wonderful to be empowered by the spiritual potency. See, that now you have relationship. Otherwise, you're alone. God, that's why, there's God and there's his devotees. It's more fun to be with friends, and to make friends and to have this, this dance. Otherwise, the Lord's just alone. Yeah, wants to dance. See? And we can do that. Lord Chaitanya came to teach us how to do that while we're even here in this world. We just chant like him. You notice? Are you not chanting like the Lord's chanting? You chant Hare Krishna and you become ecstatic like he did. You know? He came the first example. Well, Madhavinda Puri did that. You know, they all
That's
were
why he
devotees.
came.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Madhavinda Puri, he didn't spread it widely. Lord Chaitanya spread it widely around India.
Yeah. I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age Nama Sankirtan. The congregation
Inaugurate.
inaugurate the
There you
religion,
go.
the religion of the age Nama Sankirtan. The congregational chanting on the holy name.
See, personally inaugurate that. See, it wasn't just chanting the holy name. A lot of people, oh, just chant, go out there and chanting. He inaugurated the chanting of the holy name, you know, to the point of ecstatic union with God, you know, where people could see there's special. They call it Prema Sankirtan. So everything, when devotees in Vaishnavism, they're going on Sankirtan, is leading ultimately to Prema Sankirtan, because that's where the spiritual power is. You go beyond just the name. That's why they're still they're chanting Hare Krishna, right? But they're still into the rules and regulations as all in all, usually, more or less. See, because they haven't realized the power of the name. Because if you realize the power of the name to inaugurate prema, see, Sankirtan, where you're doing it in love of God, then the rules are not applicable anymore. That's not, you don't need to do it for purification. You do this for purification. This is the religion, and this is better to get it now. Better, why die and just chant like just names, and then just your rules are your main way of purifying. People can go beyond that now. If you hear this preaching, see, you spend 30 days hearing these things, these deeper conceptions over and over again. You can make the transition. Otherwise, you can't. You don't have the knowledge. Your gurus can't give it to you. They're not even beyond. They need to come here also. They need to see devotees that are doing Prema Sankirtan here. When you see devotees chanting in ecstasy here, that's Prema Sankirtan. See, they're chanting the holy name, see, publicly in ecstasy. This is where it's all going. Okay? And the deniers, see, the anti-premas, you know, they have anti-vaxxers. Well, they got anti-premas. Prema. And anti-prema. We're against prema bhakti, but they don't say they are. They don't know they are. See, this is how much ignorance is around. They're anti-prema bhaktas. And they say, oh, well, we're worshiping Krishna. No, you're not. You got to worship the prema bhaktas. They show the example of real worship of Krishna. You don't like that? You don't like the real Krishna yet. You don't know who the real Krishna is yet. You're an anti-prema bhakta. We should belittle them. We do, don't we? Oh, you are a Vaidhi Bhakti, you're an anti-prema bhakta. Oh.
An atheist. You're an atheist.
You're an atheist. Ooh, wait, I worship Krishna. Pukka. I'm Pukka. I follow every rule in the book and I fast and all that. But you're still an atheist because you don't worship the prema bhakti that the devotees are spreading in this world. You don't even know what it is. You think it's something different. You think it's sahaja thing or something. You don't find any sahajas as intelligence as the devotees manifest here. Okay? Sahajas can't manifest real intelligence. Only those who are Bhagavad Gita 10:10 can, personified. Worship the Lord with genuine loving ecstasy. They have real knowledge and real understanding. You got it out there, Mr. Vaidhi Bhaktas. Not yet? Well, we're going to continue preaching the truth and setting you free once and for all. Go ahead.
I shall make the world. I shall make the world dance in ecstasy. Realizing the four mellows of loving, loving devotional service. I shall accept the role of a devotee, and I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself.
See, they don't like to see this practicing it.
No.
Oh, don't practice what Lord Chaitanya practiced, showing the four mellows of devotion. Don't show them the conjugal. Don't show them being the father or mother of Krishna or this intimate servant. No, don't show that. We're all going to be no-shows forever, man. Oh, even the Rhythum group. Oh, no, don't show. It's too confidential. But the Lord came to show, and we're here to show again. It's time for this show. Time for the greatest show on earth is this, what Lord Chaitanya came to bring. Whoever can be in that show, do you want to be in that show? Or you want to be in the show of Ides or in the no-shows of Narayan Raj group? I mean, I'm just asking. No offense, man. You want to be in the no-show group? Or you want to come in and showcase real bhakti like Lord Chaitanya? Because it's time. I got the order. It's time to showcase this kind of worship. Show it out, man. Get it out of the case, man. Take it out of the box. Take it out of the no-show place. And open the suitcase and unpack it. This is called unpacking the suitcase with all its contents in it, which is this loving relationship with Krishna, so people can see the greatest show. This is the greatest show on earth, is this ecstatic chanting. You show me a better show. This is better than a Trump rally.
It's the most divine show there is.
Ooh, Trump rally can't compare. That's superficial compared to this. That's all rah, rah, rah. Just like in Vaidhi, you go to a temple and they go the rah, 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 jumping up and down and all. That's what it is. It's external still. Nah, this is the show, man. Ecstatic worship show. See, because the world is useless without it. Why? Doesn't that mean that that's the greatest show on earth, where you could see ecstatic devotion of a devotee soul worshiping God in intimacy and ecstasy, showing the real, otherwise everything's useless, and people don't know it because nobody's doing this show. Nobody's engaged in this show.
Greatest darshan ever.
Yeah.
In the world today.
Yeah, on the stage of the world, you don't see this. Now you do. See, this is a stage for us, man. It was a stage for Jesus Christ. It was a stage for Lord Chaitanya to stage something so people could see it, to entertain. He basically wanted to show, hey, man, you're going to like this. This is the greatest entertainment, is to chant Hare Krishna in ecstasy. Oh boy, is it entertaining. It'll take you into trance. You'll be in trance. See, in trance. It's not bad trance. It's a wonderful trance. You need to be in trance by Vrindavan. Otherwise your life is more or less useless. You see how Vaidhi, in compared, the Lord says that doesn't, okay, it's nice and everything, but it doesn't overwhelm me. It doesn't satisfy me. Without ecstatic love of God, I consider that pretty more or less useless. Okay, it's a start. Come on, let's move on. Who wants to move on now? No. I'll just spend a few more lifetimes doing the what doesn't really overwhelm the Lord. I'm not intelligent enough to understand that. Preaching, that kind of preaching where you're telling me such truths. And they do. They come here like the Buddhist guy, probably. Oh, you should read more about Buddhism, and then you'll really know. See, people think they know. And I say, nah, you don't know, Mr. Buddhist. Come here for 30 days and you'll see what I'm saying. Probably, if you really want. Come test your knowledge. Yeah. Listen to these conceptions. See if the Buddhas can compare with them, because they really can't. The Buddhist conceptions can't. I can take every word that the Buddhists taught these things and complete them and make them something of substance. I've done it already. I've taken the sayings of the Buddhism and just make them complete and whole and really substantial and beneficial to where you get substance in teaching. See, only this kind of intimacy with God can you do that. Prabhupada could do that with all philosophies too. He even wrote a book, dialectic things with dialectic philosophy or something. And he was in, just can complete the statements and the understanding of philosophers, because their philosophies are all incomplete. You know why? Because they're not in the transcendental Lord. They're not in the transcendental potency. The Lord, this is this great secret. I'm just telling you a great secret. Everything is complete in him, in his transcendental form. Okay? Otherwise, you're always seeking completion. Everything you preach is incomplete. And people might think, oh, this is great teaching, and everybody's still incomplete. Mm. Okay? But everything is complete in this loving relationship with God. Okay? You feel complete. You literally, you feel you found the real home is this relationship wherever you are. That's why the Goswamis, they lived under a tree and they felt, oh, I'm fine. I don't need a cottage. I'm complete, but they were complete and they were natural. They lived under, we feel complete with God. This is the great secret. Everybody's chasing their tails. And you realize this is the Lord came here, and those who are becoming spontaneous devotees are realizing it. And that's what you preach, completion, where people can find home. Otherwise, everybody is an orphan in this world. You're still an orphan. You haven't found your mother and father yet. Radha and Krishna are a true mother and father, really. You don't need anybody but that kind of mother. They become your mother and your father, your friend, your confidante, your beloveds, everything. What aren't they to a devotee? See, this is the kind of revelations the Lord came to expose, and we got the good fortune to carry this forward, to help others, understand this kind of grace, this special grace. Yeah, go ahead, Lily. Hot in here now. Ooh.
Unless one practices devotional service himself, he cannot teach this to others. Voilà. This conclusion.
Again, see, again, I'm sorry, you go past this stuff. It's so full of meaning. Yeah. Unless you practice this, literally, because practice, people think of discipline and trying to attain something. Unless you demonstrate, this is a better word, unless you demonstrate this before the world, you cannot teach it. I show you're the real guru like this. You're a real head of the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. See? The real head of the Gaudiya Vaishnava line is an ecstatic devotee. If you're not, you're not a head. You're a false follower of the line. False follower. You're not real. You're not a real guru. You're not a devotee Bhagavat. Devotee Bhagavat is the personification of these verses. You're not that. Therefore, you're a false follower. You're a false representative of the line. Okay? And so, a lot of people say, go, how you denigrate people's service? Well, we're here to teach the highest service. We're here to teach what is real guru. How can I teach what is real guru if you don't point out what isn't a real guru?
Yeah.
How can you teach this? If you point out, well, why are you saying my gurus are not real? Because they're not real gurus. Until you're the real guru that the books confirm and teach. I'm just teaching what's in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 1 on the spiritual master. They deliver you. No bullshit, no speculation, no juggling the scriptures to make you a guru that you can't do the job of delivering your disciples. You got to be empowered by the spiritual potency of God, anointed with that potency. Okay? So I got to point out, what is it? The highest truth is just what you heard just now. On Guru Tattva is the highest truth. On Guru Tattva, the real guru, what? Pointed out by distinguished from illusion, that they all believe that these gurus can deliver them and they can't. See, that's an illusion. Isn't it nice to get it pointed out and proven? Don't we prove every day what is a real guru? Don't we teach what is a real guru? Don't we show what is a real guru? Don't we practice and demonstrate what Lord Chaitanya came to teach and practice and show the world and smash Maya? Aren't we the club that Lord Chaitanya was laughing and man said, this is my Nityananda, and he's going to smash Kali and punish Kali, punish illusion and those who follow it. Yeah. Stop being punished. Stop following illusion. You'll stop being punished. You'll stop being harassed by putanas, by the false gurus. Believe in the real preaching of a real spiritual master in the line and you'll be set free. Otherwise not. You'll be punished by Kali. You'll be clubbed. I'm clubbing you now. This is for your benefit. Let go of illusion, man. Take shelter of the truth. You'll become like a real guru for the world. You'll lead people to the right path, the real path. You'll become a real guru if you're one of these guys. That's what it's all about.
But practicing also includes that you have the revelations and that you have the knowledge, etc.
Yeah, you have the ecstasy and you have the revelations that come from the ecstatic intimacy with God. Mm. Okay? That's so when you have that, now you've abandoned materially motivated religion where they speculate on all these concepts just because they have motive. We want money. We want control over the people. This is what religion is used for, control. Oh, let's put them heap a lot of rules and regulations. Let's distract them. That's what they're doing in the world. There's all in the world, even they're distracting you from the essence of what's really going on. Always all these distractions get you divided and all that. They do that in religion too. Oh, let's heap all kinds of rules and regulations, keep you distracted from the real guru and the real essence that they usually preach against. All distractions from the see, you spend your whole life doing all these rules and regulations and you don't know it's leading somewhere, and then you die on the Vaidhi path. Okay, that's something, but you've been distracted. Okay, I'm here to take away those distractions. Let's go to the essence. Let's go to the end game now. Let's get to the end game, not wait 10 lives or 20 lives. The end games is Prema Bhakti, man. That's available now. The gift is being given again. Come here, wash your clothes. Okay? Come here, get a nice, good sudsing up. And then the Lord will appear in your heart very quickly and all will be well. And you'll see what I'm saying. Got my treasure, man. Let me pay it forward. Let me share it with others. Who will listen? If the Buddhist will listen, and he can get the same treasure. If he thinks, oh, what is this? I know so much about truth. It's not about what you're doing. Okay, well, anyway, you got some benefit. At least you brushed up against it here. We made you smile. We sat here and laughed at you. Or laughed with you. You got to see the real laughing Buddhas here. Go ahead.
So unless one practices devotional service himself, he cannot teach it to others. That's why the crying school was not a word for me.
Yeah, they couldn't practice it because it's so high. This is the thing. They have to make up other standards and checklists because they can't attain this. That they have to do it by speculating. Oh, we're there in our minds, and or or it's some other thing. It's some other truth, or because it's so high and so lofty and only attained one way, through the line. If the line is given it, take it. Come and get it. If not, it passes you by. You'll
This
do
goes.
your you'll see devotees doing austerities, they'll be chanting their 1 lakh and everything, and then they die without this. I've seen it already. Narayan Raj group, same day. They won't accept this preaching. They don't believe it's that easy. Their guru said no many lifetimes. And they will stay on that and they will die without this gift. But people who come, that's why the Lord, all we can do is preach the truth, right? Show the truth, demonstrate truth. And you'll see like the housewives and these food service workers, if they come and take it, they can also get what these guys can't get doing their 1 lakh a day. The Narayan, the 1 lakh a day. And the food service waitress can get more than they get simply because she comes here where we're distributing this prema that they don't believe in. They don't believe you can get this. They don't even have it. They may even think they have it, but just by proof that they don't appreciate where it's actually being demonstrated and practiced publicly, they don't believe it's real. Therefore, what do they know? You can't smoke Maya out until you get this prema. This prema reveals everything. If you use the eyes of a real spiritual master, you can see these things. You can understand these things. Otherwise, not. You'll believe Narayan Raj's group is the ultimate thing, or ISKCON is the ultimate thing, or the Govinda Maharaj is the ultimate thing, or the Sridhar Maharaj is the ultimate thing. The ultimate thing is just being given now. Now. Not before. Not in these last couple of generations. Now, by the order of the disciplic line, is being given now. Be demonstrated publicly, just like Lord Chaitanya. Yeah. And people don't accept it. Too bad for you. It's passing you by, and we'll just give it to whoever comes. That was St. Paul's attitude, wasn't it? St. Paul said that. He said, man, you religious people, I say that to you religious persons, you Narayan Raj group and ISKCON and Gaudiya Math, you're hard nuts to crack. So we'll give it to the food service workers like Amy and whoever else comes like that.
Crack the shells.
Yeah. We can't crack your shell. It's too hard. It's of walnuts. See, so you're shelling. So you'll come later. Okay, you're working on it, and we'll show you that we got the real deal. This is how these Brahmins, the wives of the husbands of the wives in the Bhagavatam, they were softened because they saw the wives went to the cowherd boys where they were demonstrating ecstatic devotion. They got love of God by that association, came back, and the husbands got converted. They finally thought, wow, they got the love of God. We're not getting it. See, this is how we're going to humble these religious Vaishnavas, these student community. They're going to see that housewives are getting this ecstatic devotion that they can only read about and they can't attain by their 1 lakh chanting a day. And you guys aren't chanting 1 lakh and getting it. Because this is the real path. This is what Lord Chaitanya taught. And we teaching it again by example, demonstration, and practice. Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita.
whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. That's a good one as well.
Yeah. See, predominant rise in a religion. People think religion, like now, for now, they think religion is rules and regulations. If you follow rules and regulation, that's religion. But that's not. That it was the beginning of the preaching in the last 100 years to start the revival. That is not real religion of Kali Yuga. Real religion is this kind of Sankirtan that you see in our Sangha. Ecstatic worship of Krishna is the real religion. Prema Sankirtan. Okay? This is the real religion of the age, not that. That's the done, that's been done, and that's always going to be done. And this is the rare thing. This is the real religion of the age, is Nam Sankirtan, Prema Sankirtan. That was the beginning of Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. It even says, chapter 1, Chaitanya Bhagavat. The beginning of the Sankirtan movement was the expression of prema in this world. Prema, chanting the name in ecstasy, Lord Chaitanya did, was the beginning of the Sankirtan. They're just practicing. Okay? They're just practicing, but they haven't achieved the fructification of this prema yet. And nor will they unless they come here. Because they're all admitting it. I that's why I keep asking, did you achieve this prema? And it's always, oh, no, of course not. Well, good news for you. Come here. You can. It's possible. Probable. Oh, no, I don't believe. No. My gurus told me, no, many lifetimes before prema. I don't believe you. Okay. So we'll deal with those where faith is born in their heart, because it's all a faith thing. And it's not a blind faith, isn't it? It's faith in the truth. Am I not preaching the truth? Am I not preaching the real prema thing? Isn't the real prema being demonstrated here? It's not like we're going to getting blind believers. You get to believe in knowledge. See, become a knowledgeable believer. Isn't that great? Isn't it nice to be a knowledgeable believer and not a blind believer? See, this is blind believers when you believe blind leaders. Here, we're here to open your eyes in knowledge. You can see, is Gohari qualified to teach this or not, right? I teach you all the tools you can analyze here. See? I'm committed to truth like that. If you find out Gohari is not qualified to teach, you can go and find I'll teach you the guru. I'm teaching you what's right in the book there. You can even look. Yeah, that's right. That's in there. Yeah. Okay. These people can't teach you what's in the book, because if they do, they'd be exposed, and they can't even expose themselves. They don't even know what's in the book. So you got blind believers and blind followers, blind leaders and blind followers. They're all blind believers. See? They're atheists still until you accept the real God. The real God is Satchit Ananda. That expression is here. Satchit Ananda. See, like you remember that movie, E.T. E.T. Satchitananda. See, the true alien is coming.
Phone home, yeah.
It's amazing. It's so simple. It's amazing. It's just so simple. Satchitananda is the real God. If you're empowered with the real, that's why guru is one. It's the one guru that. See? But whether they tell, you see, now we're revealing the confidential truth of where ecstatic love starts to awaken. And you hear that's the goal. See, that's the reality. World, mighty, regulative devotee, going to the temple. See, that's my reality because my guru was preaching that word of mighty, of rules, regulations, and building temples and making cookies and distributing cookies. See, I heard that word. See, here the word is awakening devotion, glorifying what the Lord glorified. That's why spontaneous devotion awakened then, because of that preaching. That's why it's awakening now, because of this preaching. This word doesn't create, awakens this reality. It's there waiting to be awoke in people. Otherwise, you're not woke, man. This is woke. See, that woke thing they're teaching, the Maya is a shadow of this. This is woke. You wokes out there, you come here, we'll teach you what woke is. We'll wake you, shake you, and wake you up. Go ahead, Lolita.
To deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants, as well as to reestablish the principles of religion.
So let's get this thing of pious out of there. Lord Chaitanya came to do something different. No one's pious here, really. Piety happens like this. See, you want to be pious, you meet the real devotees and hear their message and believe it, you become pious. Do you think I'm just teaching this? No, the early Christians teach this. They were talking about piousness was righteousness. See? And they said, just by faith in Jesus Christ. See, faith in their preaching about Jesus Christ, because nobody knew Jesus except through them. Just by faith in Jesus, in our preaching of Jesus, they've noticed people became instantly pious just by being faithful in the truth. They didn't say you were saved yet, but you were pious by faith in the real devotees of the Lord. You become instantly pious. Isn't that amazing? All these people trying to work for piety. And in Kali Yuga, you can't do it. Very hard to be pious even. Hard to be liberal. Everything is hard until you find this path. Okay? See? Be instantly pious. Now, same thing. You become instantly pious. Go forget about being pious or impious. Here, most people are demoniac. Most people are maybe good people. There's some goodness there too. Okay. But it's still not piety. Most people are still against the transcendental Lord. Okay? But just by faith in the devotee who has a transcendental relationship with God, instantly you become pious, real pious, the right kind of piousness. See, and then as you get purified, confession is unto salvation. See, this is taught by the Christians. Here, confession of your faith is unto transcendental mellows. See, pure devotional service, not only for you, but whoever believes in your message and receives the gift, because it's a gift of God. Even the Holy Spirit was a gift of God. That's why you Vaishnava, if you're not being taught about the gift of God, then you should just go to the Christians. It's a gift. You can get the Holy Spirit. A lot of people have and did from Vaishnavism. Why? Because they're not getting the gift of God through the Vaishnavas, because nobody was empowered to give it until now. Okay? So they leave this movement for Jesus, because they're in that line, the gift of God is often given very more easily. Right? The gift of God is the spirit of devotion. That's the bhakti, lata bij, man. The desire to worship God intimately, to rub transcendental skin against transcendental skin. Don't Don't you like to be when you're close to feel the body of your spouse? Don't you? Come on, man. It creates a feeling, man. Well, that's the same thing when your transcendental body is awakened and it can rub against the body of the Lord, man. Then that is, ooh, you think the other thing is good. This is pure, purifying, transcendental skin against the skin of God. That's why people look, what are you doing? Why are you crying? Why are you laughing? Well, this is a skin healing.
Skin experience.
Skin experience, transcendental skin. Really, there's transcendental skin? Yeah, come here. We'll wake you up. We'll peel that outside of the skin off, that material skin, so you can feel the spirit skin. You got a spirit. Even your tongue will taste this name, man, because it becomes a spiritual skin. Tasting the Lord. Spiritual senses. This is why this is so valuable. This is Billy Boy Gates over there with all his money can't purchase this. All he had to do is turn his camera on and he can get what he can't buy with all his money. That goes for all of the elites. They can't get this. They don't have this kind of knowledge. See, that's why they're demons. These elites are they're self-proclaimed now. It's all over the place, man. If you have a little bit of wake, you can see it all over. The demons, they're gloating now. Yeah, look at us. We're demons and we've been controlling you. Controlling the world for so long. Don't you see what we're doing? No, put my mask on. Bah, bah. Okay, just follow us. Okay?
But you said those Christians, they can more easily find the Lord in Christianity, but then they are very, very rare, the ecstatic ministers, very, very rare.
Well, they only find them to a certain degree also.
Yeah,
even the best of them, they don't know. Yeah. See, this teaching of Lord Chaitanya is so deep because the shiksha goes on if you want it. I mean, otherwise they'll die and they'll be, like ecstatic. And when you worship God on the level of ecstasy, even our books, Nectar Devotion, says you're qualified to enter the kingdom of God. See, the kingdom of God are the Lord with his devotees. The kingdom of God is here. I mean, we have kingdom of God is right here in our Sadhu Sangha program. Yeah, we don't have to go anywhere to do what they do there. They're just doing this. They're very ecstatically worshiping the Lord. And we get to do it in the material body, which is a special thing, by the way. Even the demigods want to come here and participate in this kind of Sankirtan, because it's so relishable. Even the Lord was attracted to come here and taste the nectar of the name in a body, in a human body, human-like body. See, these bodies, when they're engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, they're just human-like now. They're just like a human, but not really. It's something more than that. See, why? Because you taste what nobody can taste. See? You preach what nobody can preach. So nobody can preach this unless you're a demonstrator of this kind of preaching, that your soul is awakened, man, and communing with the Supreme Soul. Nobody can preach this unless you're doing it.
Practicing it, yeah.
Yeah, demonstrate, practice. See, that's why, and people, they're not evolved enough to know the value of this. So this is it's very fun, very wonderful to preach the truth, man. It's that's why the Lord and the devotees come. It's so nectarian to liberate people. Even one, you take them out of the material world. They're so grateful. So you liberated one soul. God is so happy. People sometimes ask, "Are you sure you're pleasing Prabhupada?" Are you kidding to even say that? You know how many people are liberated already here, demonstratively, right before the eyes of the world, even though they may not know it? Doesn't matter. Truth is truth. The Prabhupada's very happy people are getting love of Krishna like he has. What is the difference between love of Krishna and love of Krishna? Tell me the difference. That's why I say, even my disciples, when they get love of Krishna, you become worshipable to me. You're my Lord living in you now. It would be offensive for me not to worship disciples like that. Yeah. Yeah, Lord taught me that personally. Yeah, some of my disciples, like Lalita, she had the God living in her, But, there's a little stuff coming up for a while, just it was hard for me to sort it out right away. So even the Lord taught even me. Okay. Watch out, whoever the Lord chooses, man. They may be a little crusty on the outside for a while, but that crust is going to go, man. The Lord's saying, I like this crust. Why don't you? Oh, some people, the Lord likes, when he eats a pizza, he likes the crust. You ever see people? They like the crust. Go ahead, Lalita.
Yeah. If I did not show the proper principles of religion, all these worlds would fall into ruin.
That's why people think, well, the principles that the Lord came to show were the Vaidhi Bhakti rules and regulations. They're still falling into ruin, especially in Kali Yuga. It's not strong enough. No, the real principles of religion is what the Lord taught and we're teaching here. See? Real principles of religion is to come into the society of ecstatic devotees and get purified very quickly. Attain the path of praying. Wake up your soul here, because this is the only place you can do it with ecstatic devotees. If you're not an ecstatic devotee, you cannot do this. See, you'll fall into ruin. We already see, look at all these nice Paka Vaishnavas lining up for their shots and putting their masks on and demanding that only people that are twice vaccinated can come into their temples. Well, I'm sorry, you're getting ruined and you're ruining others. You're blocking the path. See? It's not the real Kali Yuga religion. The real religion is the society. There's only two things. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It just came to my mind. Two things that are in Kali Yuga. There's only two things. There's the scriptures, the real scriptures, and the devotees of the Lord. You need those two things. By the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. See, you'll get this prema awakened, this love for God awakened. Only in that way, especially this Kali Yuga. So the Lord has made it both easy and impossible. People are still going, I'm going to chant 1 lakh and attain Krishna. All they get is a big false ego and a lot of followers. Oh, he's so austere, he must know Krishna, but he doesn't. Okay? Here we follow the path of prema. Somehow or other, by good fortune, we have the path of prema here. We demonstrate it. Don't bother saying, who is your guru, Gohari? Because there ain't been one qualified living guru that could ever give me what I already got. Don't even bother asking that, because I can't tell you anyone that had added anything like this to my life that I already had just by contacting the Bible and Prabhupada's books. That's all I needed, and I was gone, going there. And the name, the holy name. Okay? But most people can't do that. Okay? 99.9% of the population can't do that, So especially in Vaishnavas, they need this association, this communion, this connection, who has the power to put the people through purification like you see here. You seen anybody else in ISKCON? They can't even touch the purification goes on here. You look at the videos of all these devotees, what they went through. The fire, this is called baptism by fire, man. You went through it. You demonstrate to the world. They could watch your videos, see the progression, see where it's all leading to a very fantastic place. Who is empowered to do that? That should be the question. I haven't seen anybody except here. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, how do you really want Krishna? Well, you come in while we're alive here, while there's breath in you, you come and listen to 30 days of this preaching. You listen and you compare it, see if your knowledge doesn't increase, and compare it to the books we're preaching from, and then go listen to Acharya Dev and Radhanath and see if their preaching compares to these realized truths. See if you see there what you see here. Go there and hear what you hear here and compare it. See? Bottom line is, if you really want God in this life, seek and ye shall find. And when you found, see, then you'll know. But if you haven't found it yet, better you continue to seek. If you're with these gurus for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and you're not really realizing something, then you're a seeker still, even though you may not know it. You'll have to seek again. You seek until you find. Isn't that Jesus taught that? Seek and ye shall find. When you found him, you found the Lord. You found the door into the kingdom of God to that extent. It's the same thing. You Vaishnavas will continue to seek until you find that door, and they'll reveal the real philosophy of Prabhupada's books, the real essence. See? And then you'll enter the door and get Krishna. Otherwise not. You're still seekers. These gurus are still seekers. They haven't found yet. They didn't find it with Prabhupada. It wasn't time for him to preach the real message. The God brothers didn't find it either because they didn't get the real preaching. They didn't even get it from Prabhupada. But whoever's alive now, you can get it. I guarantee you, if they're dead, they will be listening to this preaching, because why not? Why not hear what Bhaktivedantas, the Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada didn't reveal? Why not hear that? It's in their books, but Bhaktivinoda didn't reveal. Why not hear that? Because that's how it'll awaken. That's why they kept it silent until now. Okay. Until now. See? Now you're hearing the preaching that they were silent on. Okay. Krishna Das Kavi wasn't so silent. They were, and actually Prabhupada, he was in ecstasy when he was writing these books alone. He had to. Bhakti Vinod was like that too. He would write a lot, because how can you live without being ecstatic and you can't express yourself to people? You have to do something, man, to be yourself. He was in his books writing, and all this nectar. And I'm just taking that nectar and extracting it. My thing is to preach it. I've been ordered to preach it. He was ordered to write it. I'm ordered to preach it by the same Krishna. You see how that works? He preached, the rules, regulations, and Sarah, go work for Krishna right now. He preached that. Okay? And the Lord empowered him. You write the books. Okay? And I got the order from God. You preach what I wrote. Now, okay? Preach it. Say what I wanted to say but couldn't. Yeah. Go ahead, Lolita.
I would be a cause of unwanted population and would spoil all these living beings. I don't understand this sentence.
Yeah. So the Lord saying unless he came to teach the real religion of the age and overturn all this irreligiosity, then he would be the cause of spoiling everything, because he is the cause. You see, the cause is the modes of nature. That's the Lord actually in that form. See, so naturally the modes spoil everything. That's what it does. It's a spoiler. It's a curse. Those who follow Maya are cursed. See? So the Lord saying, even though the rules and regulations are not strong enough, they don't overwhelm me, they don't satisfy me. See, even though they've been preached and all that, still it's not enough. See? So I got to come and preach the real religion, which is Prema Sankirtan. That means come into the association of ecstatic devotees here. Get purified, which happens very fast. Awaken your spiritual body so that you can taste the holy name when you're chanting it or reading these scriptures, to the point of ecstasy, of crying and laughing and choking up. See, now you're practicing the real religion. Now you're demonstrating the real religion. You're demonstrating the real path that people need to find out about, that they don't know. And that's why they balk so much now. Didn't they balk when Jesus was preaching? Always this way. When Lord Chaitanya was expressing ecstatic devotion like we are, the same thing. Thousands of people went against him, railroaded him out of Navadvip, made him take sannyas. And the Lord went and he preached in South India and expressed what he didn't express in Navadvip. He didn't reveal those potencies much, except to his devotees. And then he goes to South India doing what? What we do. Demonstrating, practicing before people that were open to it. He went out there and people thought, he went into a village and he was chanting Hare Krishna and tears pouring in his eyes. He's chanting, laughing and crying right before strangers. He even said people didn't know, what is he doing? What is this? So they started doing inquiring. What is this? We never seen this kind of worship. Oh, this is Prema Sankirtan. I got this from my guru, Ishvara Puri. He was that kind of, I'm in this line here, and here are the teachings. And they got the empowerment because they believed in his word. It's like you guys, anybody who believes this word being preached here, this conception, you get this empowerment you get this attachment. You get the ability to worship God like this. That's how it works. It's always worked like that. Simple, isn't it? Simple for the simple.
Very simple.
For simple people like Lalita and River. See, they simply this simple truth. And sometimes they come to them. I know they come. They say, "Why are you worshiping Gaurahari? Why do you give him so much thing? Don't you know you're just as good as him and just as good as anybody, and I'm as good as you? In other words, I'm actually better. You should be listening to me and not Gaurahari." That's what they're really saying, but you don't know it. See, there's Maya. She's like, don't listen to Gaurahari. Listen to my preaching. Listen, be equal with everything. Equal with God. You're actually God too. You're God's.
We don't need that emptiness.
Your avatar. Your avatar. See, you're an avatar. You're not Shaktivation. No, don't be powered. That's small, man. You're a servant. You're a butler, man. Who wants to be a butler? Butler for a rich person. Me, I want to be a butler for the richest person in the world, man. See? Then I can kick people in the buttocks and wake them up. You need a butler who has a big, strong iron toe, steel toe shoes.
Yeah, good.
We're doing construction work here. We're constructing a real temple here, man. I need to wear steel toe shoes to do this work.
Special butler, actually. Unusual. A bit unusual, but
Another hat, construction hat, man. Hard head, hard hat, hard fist, hard steel toe shoe. We kick a lot of people in the buttocks.
For stone hearts, yeah.
We got to kick a hole. We need a steel toe shoe. Got to kick a hole in the coverings of this universe, man. Take a hard shoe, man. Hard hat, hard shoe, hard fist. Go ahead, Lolita. Read on.
Whatever actions a great man performs, common people follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues.
See, this is why the common people come first. And actually, the truth is everybody's just common folk. See? The ones who come later, the ones who don't think they're common. They're the gurus and the sannyasis and the big Brahmins. They're not commoners. Oh, no, we're not commoners. See, but the great men, they're always greater than themselves because they're not common. See, they're the hardest ones. They come later. See, the common people come to the great persons. See, they can recognize better. That's why the Nityananda attracted the common people first, because the other ones won't admit that they're common. They're just fools and wretches with all these trinkets on them. Oh, don't you see? I'm a Brahmin. I've memorized all the scripture. These are just trinkets, man. These are, nothing to the Lord. Oh, you memorized a lot of scripture. Big deal. What's more important to the Lord is a common person who admits, I'm just a common person, man. I'm a fool. Can you help me? If you approach a doctor, they can help you, right? Well, the greatest doctor of all, that's another hat devotee has to. I have to wear a hat like that. Be a physician. See, every day, more hats, man. Today we had about 3. Hey, physician, you got to come to the physician. You want a healing? You come here. We'll awaken your soul, man. We'll get the gardener to work in you to pluck up the weeds. My father is the gardener. My Lord Chaitanya, he's the gardener. You'll see. He'll get to work in you, man. He'll pull all those weeds. You'll be saying, hey, that's enough weeds. Come on, I want a few weeds in there, man. I'm used to these weeds. I've been living with these weeds a long time. Right, River? Wasn't that kind of like that? It's like, these weeds, man. Why are you pulling them up so fast? Every day is purification. Every day, just pull them. Don't you ever stop pulling the weeds? The Lord saying, no, you told me you want Krishna right away, so I'm going to give him to you, right? I got to pull a lot of weeding to do here. And he gets the weed whacker and he starts whacking them. And he's, don't worry. And then after it's all done, it's like, oh, wow, I feel better. More room for Krishna, right? I always told you that. More room for Krishna, more room. See, more room for the word. The word goes out more even. Comes in more, goes out more. Freedom, sovereignty. You're in the Lord and now you're sovereign. Come on, Dollar Vigilante. Come to some of our classes. We'll teach you a few things. This is what you really want, man. He's even, he's kind of primed for this because the guy was a rich guy. He's a rich guy, actually. He has boats and all that stuff. He made the money, he was always for years into money and making things. And now he's bored. Even the mess. He says, man, I thought it was all about this stuff. I'm bored, man. What's next? Where's the spiritual thing? Maybe I'll do meditation, something. He's bored. He's bored with these drinks. He's smoking. He said, I don't know. This is boring. He's trying to extract any happiness he can get out of this stuff. Yeah, if he came here and his friends come here, they'd find real sovereignty. Man, people, the government, everybody could take everything away, and I'm sovereign, man. I'm sovereign in the Lord. Take this body away. I've got my sovereignty in God. I've got that, and I'm here to share that with others. You want sovereignty in the Lord, man. Where you can collect the valuable jewels in the minds of these revealed scriptures, just like the Lord did. You become like the Lord. You like what the Lord likes, therefore you can hang out with him. If you don't like what the Lord likes, you can't hang out with him. It's the bottom line. We're here to help you get this qualities so you can hang out with God and enjoy what he enjoys. And boy, does he enjoy well. Man, does he taste things, exquisiteness of the highest caliber. The connoisseur of connoisseurs of all treasure. Okay, you get to enjoy like that. Okay, that's Shaktivesh Avatar. You're empowered with that potency that the Lord has. What a great privilege! Luckily, it's getting late in the morning. Wake them up now. You're sleeping too long, you guys out there. Too many Playa del Carmen parties, man.
Maharaj, Karuna sent him many different invitations and tried to get in contact with him. He's also, I don't know if you know Max Egan.
Yeah.
He's with him as well at the moment there. And he's huge in Australia, well, all around the world actually.
He's with Karuna?
No, he's with Dollar Vigilante in.
Oh yeah. He's with them.
They're together now because he broke him out of Australia.
He's there over there now. Oh, I should go see those guys. I should go visit them. Yeah, but they're like a fortress. These guys, you got to pay money, man. They all want money still. You got to pay money. You got to pay $1,200 to go to their thing, and they get all you can't just go and meet. It's just the whole world is locked up like that. People, they think they're locked up in opulences. I ain't gonna pay no $1,200 to meet the guy.
Just be outside, Maharaj.
Huh? Yeah, you think that, but they see they got their private meetings and up in the show. I already checked these things out a little bit. And the private meeting is up in their chalets, and they have guards and everything, and it's been like a lot of religions I've seen. They lock it up when they're interested in money. It's all about money. Still, money is the honey for so many people. Still, it's all about that. They won't give you anything unless you pay for it. That's just how the world works. So what to do? So, we'll just do until, that's good. You guys, if you want, you try and penetrate, put out preaching and stuff like that and talk to them or something and see what happens. But if not, we'll just do with the commoners for now, whoever, like this lady, they just hear the kirtan and they're attracted. And I met a policeman yesterday from Canada. He was and he took all 3 shots, man, and he was like, man, I took all 3 shots, I still got the corona. He was pissed off, man. He was like, what is this? I tried. He said to them, and they all say, I tried to do the right thing, and look at this. I put this crap in my body to do the right thing, and they promised all these things. And see, Maya's promises are always lies, aren't they? Isn't that amazing? It's always lying. Yeah, especially now, the truth is being hidden, and the lies are being preached as truth. It's a very interesting time we're living in. It's like, wow, it's like the Bible's coming true. It's like everything they said biblically about the strong deception being put on the world. You could see it if the Lord gives you a little intelligence. It's like, wow, the people are being brainwashed. It's like this mass hypnosis. You notice a mass. Is like for me, the intelligence Krishna gives me is I look, of course not put this thing in my body. Of course, why would I do that? And logically, there's a 99% recovery rate. Why would you do something? And then there are all these doctors, lots of them, thousands, say, oh, it's really in there and all that. And they say, oh, they're all an illusion. Can you imagine to say that thousands of doctors who are doctors, who spend their whole lives committed, and they're saying that this is not really good and putting their lives and reputation on the line, and not to listen to them. And people think, oh yeah, that's what doing. Well, don't you see the CDC says this, and we just got to believe it. Their opinion is all encompassing. See, people have lost the ability, or maybe they never had it, I don't know, to they cannot analyze things. It's kind of like even in religion. People can't analyze what we say here. Not everybody can. They think it's well, that's kind of weird what you're talking about. You know, you can't, they just can't put it together. They can't analyze this. You know, you'll notice when you start preaching on threads, people look at you and it's, what are you saying, man? I don't understand. You know, this is sahaja, or they can't look at what you're saying. They can't. They just can't compute it. Okay. Anyway, I think that's enough for now.
Okay, John.
Okie dokie. At least your electricity is working. You didn't give a class this morning, did you, there, Lalita?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did. It didn't come through on my thing. Maybe you didn't advertise it.
Well,
Usually,
mostly Jan advertises it. I can't invite anybody either. Yeah, there was electricity this morning at the right time, but all night, nothing.
Yeah. All night. Nothing. Oh, really? Oh, so yeah. Yeah, you get that little generator. You can use it for your little heater. Yeah. Yeah. Remember, maybe afterwards I'll tell you. Just the 3800 is at 32 or 38. They have quiet generator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, my friends. Thank you very much. It's been fun, man. Isn't this really, really amazing? Bye-bye. Hare Krishna.